How you doing, YouTube? Mountain Master Beer Reviews. Back with yet another review. And a little bit of West Coast. The West Coast version of a New England style IPA. With peaches, mind you. In the form of Indie Brewing Company. It is their Fuzzy Recollection. Yeah. Never heard of this brewery before. Never had anything from them. A friend of mine, Jason, he is a soccer junkie like me, but he likes that shitty Manchester United team, whatever. Anyway, they came in the United States, did a little tour, the United States, doing a bunch of friendlies. He traveled around following them, and he picked this up. He said this was the surprise. I actually asked him, I was like, what was the surprise beer you had in the trip to one of your, like, I never heard of it before. This is pretty good. And he said, this one, he dropped it on me. I'm going to review it. So thank you very much, dude. As far as what it says on the can itself, it says Indie Brewing Company, Fuzzy Recollection. It's a New England style IPA with peaches. Plus peaches, sorry, not with. 6.9% alcohol by volume. We love the internet. Indie Brewing Co. pretty much everywhere. And that'd be that. Proudly brewed and canned in Boyle Heights, Los Angeles, California. There you go. Label-wise, it reminds me of somebody else's label. I don't know. It's like if it's like a Night Shift had a baby with a great rhythm, I guess. That's the kind of vibe I'm getting from it. But yeah. So there you go. Let's pour this sucker. Jason's cool dude. Drops beers on me every now and then. He owns a little beer distributor in Stroudsburg, Penstraub Beverage. Wow, look at that shit. Butternut squash soup. Look at that. Oh no. Yeah, he drops it on every now and then. So if you're ever traveling along 80 and by the Dillo or Water Gap, check him out. He's a good dude. Always has a couple nice surprises at his spot. So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that looks like the shit that everybody fucking falls over themselves for. I mean, you know what I mean? Super fucking dense butternut squashiness, turbid, deep, kind of almost brown center. A rich kind of orange edges on it. The head on it is about a pinky size. Creaminess, but not super creamy. Sticking around, but at the same time slightly receding. She looks like the beers that everybody clamors for. You know what I mean? Like, this is it. This is the textbook. This is the BJCP version of what a New England style IPA should look like. Does she smell like that and taste like that? Let's find out. There's a rich oranginess to it, but it's not like real orange. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's very kind of orangina, very tangy, like orange tang, like powder tang, but in a good way. I'm not. It's not. It doesn't smell overly synthetic. It doesn't smell. The reason why I'm saying overly synthetic is because, you know, orangina is straight up synthetic. So is fucking tang, but it doesn't have this kind of fakeness to it. It's orange, but it's more of like a. I don't know, man. You know those orange things, those orange candies, those disgusting orange candies, those powdered candies that come in cellophane bags? This might be an East Coast thing, so I'm going to lose all your West Coasters on this one. But, like, out here they sell candies, all these kind of Dutchy, kind of old world candies. And they come in these cellophane bags, and they got stapled bag tops. It's ghetto as fuck. Swedish fish, gummy worms, all that kind of bullshit. Then they have these kind of orange candies, these, like, white orange candy things that are kind of powdered and stuff in their bag. Kind of smells like that, but in a better way, not super synthetic. Just orange. It reeks orange in a not real orange way, but not in a fake way, but in a good way. How many times can I actually say way in a review? I don't know. Let's find out. Way. Anyway, I'm just going to dive into it, see what she's got. Cheers. Okay, that orange, kind of confectionery orange. That's the word I'm looking for. Confectionery orangeness is there throughout the whole thing. But there's this yeasty, hop kind of muddledness. This swampiness, and there's a word for you, to everything else. The orange rides throughout it. There's a dryness from the yeast, but I don't think it's necessarily a dry yeast. I just think there's so much yeast in it that it's dry. And there's kind of slight hot burniness. Not necessarily because there's this kind of burniness from this like overt kind of explosive hop. Just there's that much kind of hot particulate kind of floating around in there. Kind of like that mango burn you get from some beers. And that's pretty much it. There's a sweetness, there's a bitterness, there's that orange thing, there's that dry and burn thing going on. It's okay. It's nice. But what it is it tastes like an overt kind of trying to be too turbid, trying to be too New England style IPA. There's the peachiness going along in there too. I mean, there is a fruitiness going on. I think a lot of that kind of oranginess, that soft kind of sweet oranginess, there's a little bit of that kind of peachiness going through. And the peach comes through nice. It's not super fermented sweet. It's more of kind of like a fuzzy kind of fleshiness to it. But at the same time, it tastes like a brewery that wants to make a New England style IPA and thinks that the way you create the haziness in the beer is just not to filter it at all. To leave way too much in the beer. And I'm not saying I hate it. And if I did, I would. It's just kind of... How do I put it this way? How do I put it? You can get to a certain point. Not with beer. I'm just saying anything in life. There's a way to do something in life. And like if somebody excels and gets to this point, there's another way to get to that point. But there's a way to get to that point, and that's the max you will get to. You know what I mean? Like if someone takes the wrong path and does everything right on the wrong path, they can get to that point that somebody else has reached. But that point is their maximum. Whereas that other place that is doing stuff the right way, and I don't want to say this brewery is doing it the wrong way, I'm saying this is the way it tastes to me, is that other place can get infinitely beyond that because they're both kind of at the same point, but because they're just getting it by different methods. And I don't know if that's coming off way too cryptic, but that's kind of how this beer lands for me. Is that it checks off a lot of the marks that people are looking for with New England style IPAs, and this super fucking dense kind of stick your pencil and have it stand up straight kind of beer. But I don't think you can take this beer the way it's brewed right now and get anything more out of it. I think you could rewind, get to a certain point, and get back to this point, but in a different direction, and then go beyond and make a more robust beer. That's my point. It tastes like a beer that has maxed out, and it's not going to go any bigger, but it needs to. That's a weird kind of cryptic angle to go on this one, but that's kind of how I feel it is. And yeah. Anyway, so yeah, dense mouthfeel brought on by super density of the beer from not filtering out enough of stuff. That's technical stuff. That kind of candied kind of orangina orange combined with a fleshy kind of peachiness. And a little bit of hop burn, a little bit of yeast burn. That's pretty much it. So let's talk about it. It's one of the better New England style IPAs I've had as of late. No. It could be. If this went back to the drawing board and did different things, it'd probably be fucking epic. But we'll see what happens. It wants to be, though. It's close. It has the kind of, it has the palate, the painting palette, not the taste palette, to do the things that need to be done to be epic. It's just not there. Value and availability, just give it to me. Free is awesome. But somebody out there knows, Jason or anybody else, how much it costs, and availability. That would be awesome. And just say if you like what we like this. If you I don't want to alienate the West Coast, but if you live in the West Coast and you have a bunch of New England style IPAs and you haven't had any of the ones on the West Coast that do it well, and you kind of like want to test the waters and dip your toe into the water and figure out what New England style IPA is like on the most densest level, this is kind of where that lands. This is something. If this was readily available at your corner store for $8.99 a 4-pack, it would be one of those things you'd be like, you'd bring to parties, drop off. I don't know. Like by parties, I mean like go to somebody else's party. But it'd be something that I would pick up every now and then, just as like, okay, I just want to grab a beer and go. I don't want to search for anything. I'm just going to like a tailgate thing. I'll bring this. I'll drink like 4 of the beers and 1 of these, and I'll give the 4 out to somebody else. Just kind of quench a certain area of my brain that likes a weird kind of hazy fucking thing for a minute. That's where it lands for me. For you, like I said, if you're on the West Coast and you want that kind of dip your toe in the water hazy kind of experience to see where things go. Or conversely, if you want to know what's like when you just kind of just leave too much in a beer and just kind of make it too muddled, it's kind of worth picking up for that alone. Wow, sounded like I pooped on that. Maybe I did too much. I don't know. Anyway, there's your review. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you didn't, anywhere in between, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Untapped. Massive Beers, all 4 of those places. And yeah, another review down. So hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully you're enjoying a nice soup right now. And hopefully see you next time. Cheers.